Ever since God of War 2018 came out, fans have been somewhat complaining about the lack of items or weapons Kratos can find during his adventure. Sure, you can find runes and all sorts of armors along the way, but these don't compare to the satisfaction you get after defeating a god, then using their weapon for the duration of the adventure. Sadly, all of Kratos' weapons were destroyed during the ending of the game, so there's no chance of seeing at least these items ever again. Except one, the Boots of Hermes. Hey, how's it going guys, Kaptain Kuba here, and it's time to resurrect the Boots of Hermes topic. As I'm sure you guys know, the Boots of Hermes were initially found in the E3 2016 demo of the game. Now many fans have taken the task of searching Kratos' house corner to corner in order to find this godly item, but sadly no one has ever been able to find them. This means that Santa Monica either placed them in the E3 demo to prevent fans from thinking this was a new Kratos altogether, or they were simply cut from the game due to time constraints or not fitting with the mechanics of the game. But maybe that's about to change, because a few panels in the God of War Fallen God comic book might point to the possibility that Kratos still has the boots hidden somewhere in his house. In the 7th page of the comic, we see Kratos getting angry at the fact that the Blades of Chaos keep following him every time he wakes up. And if we zoom into his legs, we see that he still has the Boots of Hermes when he stopped in Egypt. Now, I have to tell you that a few pages later we see him wearing some rags instead of the boots. Now, this could mean a number of things. The most obvious one is that Kratos left the Boots of Hermes in the Egyptian pantheon, before moving on to Scandinavia. He might have done this because the boots were heavy and no longer worked. Even though this might mean Kratos won't use them ever again, I want you to think about the benefits of having a single world that contains all the pantheons at the same time, and how they can be influenced by one another. For example, if Kratos never arrived in Scandinavia, many important Norse mythology characters would never exist, like Loki, Jormungandr, Fenrir, or Hel. Now, can you imagine the impact that leaving the magical boots of a god from another pantheon could have on the Egyptian pantheon? Sure, it's not as important as Kratos being the father to Loki, but what if the Egyptian pantheon finds himself needing the magic found within the boots, so they decide to look for the source in the destroyed Greek pantheon? Yeah, this is kind of a dumb example, but leaving them in Egypt might have some consequences that we cannot see yet. Now, for those of you who are currently getting sad about Kratos not having the boots in this panel, don't worry, because it's possible this proves nothing. Let me explain. The boots are not the only thing missing from his person. His iconic Spartan skirt is also missing, but we know he has to retrieve it before continuing his journey, because in God of War 4, we see the Blades of Chaos wrapped in the same Spartan skirt. So it's possible he hid the Boots of Hermes along with the skirt in the same place, meaning that the boots we see in the E3 demo might still be somewhere in his house. Now, I'm not sure if Santa Monica is planning a big surprise for them in the next game. Whether they fit it in with the new gameplay remains to be seen. Speclizer has a video in which he modded the game's speed to look like Kratos is wearing the Boots of Hermes. So if you want to see what the gameplay might look like with the boots, I recommend you watch that video. But a way to solve the problem of the boots not fitting with the gameplay is by giving them to Atreus, since he seems like the new agile character in the series. Now, fans have also pointed out something very interesting Kratos tells Atreus in Tyr's temple.
On the day you were born, I made 2 knives, mixing metals from my home and from this land. One for myself, and when you were ready, one for you.
So apparently the knife Kratos gives Atreus was made by combining metals from Scandinavia and Greece. It's possible the metal he's referring to was taken from his belt, but he could also be talking about the Boots of Hermes since they were made of metal as well. Now, you might be asking yourself, why would he destroy such an amazing godly item? Well, even though he wears them during the events of Fallen God, he never really uses them magically, meaning that they too were destroyed with all of Kratos' weapon during the fight with Zeus. So maybe Kratos melted the boots down and made the knife for Atreus with them. Or maybe he'll bring them out in the next game for Brock and Sindri to repair them. The point of this video is to tell you that a lot of things could happen with the boots. It's possible Kratos left them in Egypt, it's also possible he used them to make Atreus' knife, and lastly, it's possible there will be a new item in the next game. I've done my part, now it's up to you to let me know what you think about the Boots of Hermes in the comment section below. Before saying my usual goodbye, I just want to thank every single one of you guys who watched my videos. I honestly can't believe that I'm this close to reaching 70,000 subscribers. Never in a million years would I imagine my channel would get this big. So to everyone who has subscribed, liked my videos, and shared them with other people, thank you. Then I have my members. People like Mighty Fox, Mike Who, and Alex JKR, to name a few, are subscribers that have ascended to the higher plane of existence by supporting the channel with their hard-earned money. You guys are truly amazing and are the main reason I'm still uploading videos to YouTube. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And with that said, thanks for watching, and remember, go forth in the name of Ragnarok.